Hello, Richard here. And first of all, my apologies for the long delay since last putting out a video. I think it was sometime last summer. Now, there's a good reason. In fact, there's two good reasons for that. First of all, I had a change of job, which that took quite a lot of time and energy to get that set up and running. Second of all, we've had a house move. And in case you don't recognize the backdrop, yes, I have a new workshop. And I'm dying to show you that in just a moment. But before I give you the guided tour, I'll just let you know kind of how we ended up where we are. You see, well, I live in rented accommodation, and in the old place, the landlords got hold of us in the summer and said they were coming back to the UK and they wanted to live in the house again. So they gave us 6 months' notice, which was pretty generous of them. That's a pretty good amount of notice. And that kind of put a bit of a kibosh on doing much in the workshop. You know, we were kind of packing boxes, preparing to move. As it was, it took about 5 months to find a place. Now, we were looking for a 4-bedroom house, and the rental market in the UK is pretty bad at the moment. It's quite hard to find places. We had to find somewhere that was the right size for the family and was the right price in the right area, had a workshop. So it took a bit of doing, and we were running out of time, to be perfectly honest. We got to sort of November last year, and we only had about a month to go. Now, as it happens, as I say, we were looking for a 4-bed house, and for some reason, my wife decided to search for 3-bedroom houses. And she found a 3-bedroom house, which was actually a 4-bedroom house. And it said it came with a workshop. So we had a look at it. And yeah, you know, it's just one of those sort of lucky occurrences where we fell on our feet. I don't always feel like that happens, and you probably don't too, you know, but sometimes you've got to count your blessings and know when you are having a bit of good luck. And we certainly did with this place, because it actually worked out cheaper than most of the sort of modern 4-bedroom houses. And as I said, it came with a workshop. Now, bear in mind that a lot of the places we looked at, I would be lucky to get a single garage. And as you can imagine, that would just be absolutely full of packing boxes for the first 6 months, year, 80. Well, you know, for me to be sort of competing for space in a single garage, having just done a house move and having to share it with lawn mowers and garden chairs and whatever else, that wouldn't have been good. Anyway, as I say, this place came with a workshop, and yeah, what a workshop. Let me just show you around. I'll give you a guided tour and show you what I've got planned for the channel for the next period of time. Okay, so now I said that this was a bit of a workshop. Well, just have a look. Compared with the old place, I think that's a bit of an upgrade, wouldn't you say? So yeah, the vital statistics are, it's 30 foot by 20 foot, which is 10 meters by 6 meters for all our friends who work in new money. And I will apologise for the state of the place. A lot of the stuff here is just basically as it was moved into. So a lot of things have been sort of dumped and not moved, like that shelf over there and bits of wood and the obligatory couple of old bicycles. No workshop is complete without a couple of old bicycles in the corner. I've been doing up a few tables here. There's a bench at the back over there. That's going to be for my woodworking tools. This is the woodworking department, I've decided. This table I've just been doing up to, which is going to go in the house for something else. So this is the woodworking department. So I've got the faithful woodworking bench all set up, and I've been using that already. This is going to be sort of the clean end of things. And then as we move around, you can see I've got my tool chest there, the pink toolbox. I didn't actually buy a pink toolbox. It just got left in the sun and went pink, but I'm not threatened by it. And then we've got the old pillar drill there. That's going to need a bit of a service at some point. You might have noticed as well in the middle here, we've actually got a set of car ramps, 2-poster car lift. Now the lift, actually, it does work. It's a Tekka Limit. I think it's a Tekka Limit Mark 5. If you look around this side, we walk you around, you can see it's got all the control malarkey there. It does actually work, kinda. I got my son's Fiesta in here a while back, and we got it on the ramp, and it got about 3 foot in the air, and it all sounded a little bit tired, and the belts up here, they were wheel spinning a little bit. So, plus with this, it's one of those jack screw types. Let me see if I can show you. So you see in there, it all works off a great big lead screw. Not the safest thing. The modern ones are hydraulic with mechanical interlocks. And with this, you're just basically putting it on faith that the big bronze nut isn't going to give up the ghost and drop a car on you. So I won't be using this. It's not really safe. It's old, needs a service, would cost too much money. But to be honest, it's nice being able to get a car in here and just get it up on jack stands and work in the dry and the warm, which is really nice. So anyway, as we move around here, this is going to be the kind of sort of mechanical section, really. This will be a sort of clean bench where I do sort of cleanish things, stripping things down and stuff like that. And then over here, we've got this long bench, which this was horrible. When I first moved in, this was covered in like sort of vinyl banner material that they'd use as a sort of makeshift tablecloth. And someone had been stripping down gearboxes all over it and never tidied up after themselves. And it was absolutely minging. It was horrible. So that was quite a big job to get that off, clean it up, scrape all the rubbish off. And then this has had about 3 coats of polyurethane floor paint just to brighten it up a bit. So this is going to be sort of like the machine shop bit. So things are roughly where they're going to go. I'll get the lathe bolted down, and there's the little baby shaper. Bless it. Bench grinder. It's a bit of epoxy bench grinder, but it works. And it'll be nice to have that just out and bolted and ready to go, rather than having to faff about putting it on clamps and things like that. This is going to be the metrology department. I know it sounds really posh, doesn't it? It's where I measure stuff. A few bits here. I've got a 18-inch surface plate, cast iron one to bring down, and we'll get that scraped in together. And I need to scrape this down as well. This needs a bit of a fettle, so lots of fun things to do there. Over here, there's a gantry crane that was already here, which is a huge, great big thing. That's just parked there for the moment. This is very nice. This was included as well. So a Denby number 4 fly press. Very, very useful thing. And I've actually used it already. So actually, I was talking about my son's Fiesta. We brought that in for a wheel bearing. And I used this to pop the hub out, which was pretty cool. That worked. You know, it did take both of us hanging off it, but it worked. So that's really useful. And you might notice, the astute of you will notice that this sort of clashes a bit on here. I don't intend to use the fly press all that much, and if I do, I'll just move the gantry out of the way. Oh, something else I wanted to point out as well I thought was quite interesting, quite funny in a way. I had my son's Fiesta in here to do some work on it, and I noticed that up on this heater, there's a page of a workshop manual. Someone's been working on a car in here, and I had a bit of a closer look. Yeah, so the guy who owned the place before was working on a Ferrari F355, and this is the ignition diagram for it. So I must admit, I'm tempted to put the wiring diagram for a Ford Fiesta next to it, you know. Bit of a history of who's worked on what. I don't think I'll be working on any Ferraris anytime soon, but I've got to say as well that we were talking about that other long bench over there, and if whoever left that bench in the state it was in had been working on a Ferrari, then I think they probably ruined it. It was hardly like as clean as an operating theatre, you might say. Also, this was already here. There's a nice steel welding bench, and you can see I've got my MIG set already in place, ready to do stuff with that. So, and the welding masks and a few fire extinguishers, plenty of fire extinguishers. So we've got somewhere I can do hot work and stuff like that. So the idea really is this is the sort of the grubbiest part of the workshop, the dirty stuff, soot, smoke and sparks and things. Then it's a bit sparky and a bit dirty here. Then this is a bit swarfy, moving over to sort of more sort of curly swarf. And then we get towards the sort of the clean department. And that's sort of the idea really, working around all the way over back to there where you've got the woodworking section. Like I say, the place is a bit of a tip. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do and a lot of sorting out, but I can't wait to get started really. It's like a dream come true, to be perfectly honest. And to think that this place, you know, for a 4-bedroom house that came with this, and it was cheaper, this place is cheaper than a lot of the modern places we looked at. So, real bonus there. Now, one of the things, actually, you might notice that staircase over there. One of the things it said in the sort of the brochure, in the estate agent's pack, it said also has a loft, the same size, and it does, in fact, it has a loft. The whole size all the way over to there, and it does have eaves, but it's all boarded out and all ready to go. But unfortunately, the landlord wants to keep hold of that for his own stuff. So I thought, well, there's no point being greedy. I'm perfectly happy with what we've got here. So yeah, this is where I live. I mean, actually, this is the workshop. Honestly, I do live in the house, not here. But yeah, lots of work to do and lots of fun to be had. So there you go. This is a new home. Well, this is the real home. The house is over there. But I hope you join me on my journey of getting this place straightened out, and look forward, as I do, to all the fun projects that we're going to be doing together here. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one.